morning, I'm Byron Scott with a CTV News update. The Prince George's School Board votes in favor of the construction finance plan for area schools, known as P3. It passed the final hurdle during a board meeting last night, despite some controversial issues surrounding the plan. 6 new schools will be built in the county, including Drew Freeman Middle School, seen here. The director of the program says the public-private partnership will be better managed than the Purple Line project.
There's a risk with every project. And a few things that we've done, most know that the Purple Line, or has been publicly disclosed, was around schedule delay, lawsuits, and all of that. One of the things that we sought to do during the procurement was that we sought and did title searches and quieted all of the titles to all of the property. So it's our property. We don't need to go ask for easements. We don't need to negotiate and buy anything. Secondly, we did all of the phase 1 environmental reports and so soil borings and provided that in the red books, provided that to all of the developers. So they know the environmental conditions as we know them for all of the facilities. That led to a few of the lawsuits that delayed the beginning of the Purple Line.
The contractor will have to deliver all 6 schools by July 2024 and will have a 30-year contract to provide maintenance. Well, all eyes will be on the presidential candidates tonight as they go face-to-face for their final debate. President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden will both try to garner support from undecided voters. With 12 days before Election Day, millions of Americans have already cast their ballot. CTV News spoke to shoppers in Largo about tonight's debate.
I'm hoping that he will actually tell the truth and actually say something with some substance. And I'm talking about, I'll be nice and say the president. Okay. Joe Biden, I know he will be calm.
And I just want to know what they're going to do for us, for the minority, which is us, as black people, and the health care and things like that for, seniors and for children.
NBC's Kristen Welker will moderate the debate in Nashville. Well, a Maryland man is in custody tonight for threatening to kidnap and harm Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Federal investigators say 42-year-old James Reed of Frederick wrote a letter threatening to assault Joe Biden, rape Kamala Harris, and then execute both of them on national TV. The feds say Reed, who also threatened supporters of the two, was captured by a home security camera as he allegedly left the letter at a Frederick home in the middle of the night. Reed was arrested by police last week in Frederick. If found guilty, he could face 5 years behind bars. Well, the Senate Judiciary Committee has approved the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court just 12 days before the November 3rd elections. Democrats boycotted the committee proceedings to protest the fast-tracking of Barrett's nomination to the High Court. Today's action clears the way for the full Senate to vote next Monday when she is expected to be confirmed. Well, Marylanders are voting by mail in record numbers. So far, election officials have received nearly 750,000 mail-in ballots. That's about 4 times the number that used the Postal Service in 2016. About 175,000 residents voted by mail in the last presidential election. Well, an update on a story that CTV News has been following since the beginning of the pandemic, a tragedy that has continued to grow for one Prince George's lawmaker. County Council member Danny Tavares says another family member has now succumbed to the coronavirus.
We've had one additional death. My cousin's wife's, he's like a parent to her. He was her uncle who raised her. And he passed away in August. And his wife and caretaker were also infected. So those were 2 additional people in the family that were infected. So the total now is 6 dead and 16 infected, but have since recuperated.
Given now that they are expecting in the fall and the winter, they're talking about a second surge. You're seeing people starting to get tired of the pandemic and what it requires, face masks and social distancing and everything. What message do you want to get out to people right now?
What is it, over 30, 40 people in the White House infected in an area that's supposed to be the most protected. This can get to anyone. It is not respectful of income bracket, party lines, social class. It's not respectful of anything. It will get to everybody.
Of the 16 relatives who have recovered, several spent time in the hospital in critical condition. Well, school superintendents and state lawmakers are still seeking guidance for reopening schools. According to Maryland Matters, Senator Paul Pinsky says leaders from Governor Hogan to the health department to the state superintendent have yet to give clear instructions for returning to school in-person classes. Local superintendents have been trying to develop protocols on their own, such as COVID testing details and what to do in case of an outbreak. Lawmakers say having uniform protocols across all 24 jurisdictions would help alleviate confusion and encourage transparency. Well, a senior engineer who made the 2020 Forbes 30 Under 30 list is seeking a spot on the county's Board of Education in District 7. Kenneth Harris attended public school in Prince George's, and he currently works at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. His goals include removing school resource officers, rebuilding schools, and improving virtual learning. Harris also wants to provide more opportunities for students in STEAM by creating an alumni networking program.
I hope to bring STEM, but most importantly, I hope to bring mentorship and the way and a target for our kids. Like I really want them to be able to see, the quote unquote the end. Like I want them to be able to see, I want to be a news reporter. I want to be an engineer. I want them to be able to see someone that looks like them. Most importantly, that looks like them operating in the job. So that's my goal.
Harris is running against Alexis Branch. Well, the governor's plan to expand the Beltway and I-270 has been dealt a setback. The Maryland National Capital Planning Commission has voted to reject the expansion of the project. The commission says the state has not completed its analysis of the project, so there's no moving forward for now. Critics say there's been insufficient study regarding the impact on neighborhoods and parkland. Well, police are asking if you've seen this missing person. She's 76-year-old Geraldine Mills. She was last seen at around 4 p.m. yesterday in the Logan Circle area of Washington, D.C. Northwest. Mills was wearing a red jacket and red pants. If you know anything about her whereabouts, you're asked to call Prince George's County Police at 301-772-4911. Well, some Bowie State University science majors are getting some hands-on experience with the health of the Chesapeake Bay. The university is teaming up with the Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay to test and monitor the water quality of streams leading to the bay. Monitoring sites have been set up near the campus that will allow students to check the waterway's vital signs, including oxygen and pH levels.
So we are providing them the training and equipment to do this monitoring, and then the hope is that they'll be able to look at the data that they collect over the year and eventually present a poster session at the Chesapeake Watershed Forum in 2021.
The partnership with the Alliance and Bowie State is ongoing. The data gathered by the students will be reported to the Maryland Department of Environment and the Chesapeake Bay program. Well, Prince George's County is hosting a virtual meeting to talk about and study the arts. The Cultural Arts Study looks to engage residents, artists, and community leaders about the state of the arts in Prince George's. The 18-month study, which gets underway this weekend, will gather data, raise awareness, and better integrate the arts and culture in Prince George's.
They are not coming into the study with any preconceived notions about what it is that people want to see happen here in the county. Everybody sees culture and arts from a different perspective, from a different lens. And we want to hear the residents' perspective on the cultural arts here in Prince George's County and how it's affecting them and what they would like to see us do here in the county to make sure that we're spreading the word through our diverse populations.
The event is set for this Saturday from 10 to noon. To register, go to pgccas.eventbrite.com. Well, community leaders and advocates are getting the message out this month about domestic violence prevention and awareness. Gabrielle's Lyric Therapeutic Services is hosting a Facebook Live event to inform and remind residents about the different services in the community. The virtual event, Stop the Silence, End the Violence, takes place on Friday, October 30th at 7 p.m. Guests include a survivor of domestic violence and county council members.
While we're in the midst of a pandemic, we are still in the midst of challenges related to intimate partner violence and things that have been impacting women. As you know, 1 in 4 women suffer from intimate partner violence. 1 in 10 men suffer from intimate partner violence. And so we want to do everything in our power, not just this month, but every month, to make sure that people are aware of services, the resources.
To watch the event, go to Gabrielle Lyric's Facebook page, GLTS LLC. Well, prescription drugs in the wrong hands can be dangerous, even deadly. That's why Prince George's Police will host a drug take-back event this Saturday. Residents can drop off any unused and expired medications at several police stations across the county. The goal is to minimize substance abuse and to save lives.
You can drop them off, no questions asked, and then go on about your day. They will be disposed of. One of the members from our task force will then take those boxes to the DEA lab, and that's where those drugs will be destroyed. Again, we encourage people not to flush them down the toilet or, dispose of them in the sink, because that could contaminate water. So that's why the DEA is stepping in and taking care of that in their lab.
The prescription drug take-back event will take place from 10 in the morning until 2 p.m. Let's now get a quick check on our weather forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 59. Tomorrow, mostly sunny throughout the day after the morning fog clears. Temps reach a high near 73 with a low of around 57. Saturday, mostly sunny with showers possible in the afternoon. Daytime temps reach a high near 75 and a low of 49. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy and cooler with a high near 57 and a low around 51 degrees. And now for the community calendar, join the National Cherry Blossom Festival for the inaugural Spirit of Spring 5K virtual race. Participants can run or walk solo with friends or a fluffy companion between November 6th and the 15th. Registration is now open to November 8th, until then, I should say. For more information, visit nationalcherryblossomfestival.org. And that's our news for tonight. Join us tomorrow. I'm Byron Scott. Good night.
For the latest information on COVID-19 in Maryland, visit the State Health Department website. That's health.maryland.gov. Again, health.maryland.gov. Click the link to the COVID-19 information portal. There you'll find all the latest information about coronavirus. You'll find daily updates on cases and fatalities. Answers to questions about testing and the governor's stay-at-home order are available as well. For specific information about Prince George's, visit princegeorgescountymd.gov. That's princegeorgescountymd.gov. The site offers information about local services for residents and businesses. There's a link for COVID-19 relief donations. Also, food pantry locations are listed. And if you have any questions, call the county COVID-19 hotline at 301-883-6627. That's 301-883-6627.
It's so sad. It's not.
I am what child hunger looks like in America. I am a 9-year-old boy who hopes a friend invites me to a sleepover so I can have dinner. I am a 15-year-old girl who goes for walks during lunch so my friends won't know I don't have anything to eat. I am a 13-year-old boy who gets into fights at school just because I'm hungry. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 7 American children who struggle with hunger. Kids you pass by every day, but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's gotta come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.